So it's been a while since I've done a reading, and I have felt called for the last week or so to record a reading. I keep feeling like there's some sort of message that is needed for the collective right now that is time sensitive, maybe. Um, so we're going to go ahead and get started and see what comes through. So the first cards that came out were the Three of Swords and the Lover's card. And the Three of Swords for me always indicates some sort of betrayal, heartbreak, something of that nature. So let me see if we get anything in more detail. I'm getting just a general sense of disappointment in the past, and I'm feeling like a disappointment in humanity, a disappointment with everything going on in the world. Um, as we all know, from one day to the next, it's one thing after another in the news, in the media. Um, it seems to be a constant stream of negativity coming at us, and it can be really difficult to pull yourself out of that when it's just constantly being shown all the injustice in the world, all the hurt, all the pain, the suffering that is happening with innocent people. And the betrayal that I'm getting is more so like a betrayal of authority, a misuse of power that we're all kind of seeing unfold here. Is there anything else that you can give me around the Three of Swords, Spirit? The Three of Cups, and I'm getting that this is like, these are like the authority figures celebrating their success, the ways in which that they've misled people, the ways in which they've been successful in pulling off their plans, and they seem to be happy and celebrating amongst themselves, which is really sad. The Lover's card was what came out next, and I feel like this is more of the present energy. It's interesting because I'm drawn to the snake. There's a snake wrapped around a fruit tree, kind of climbing up the trunk of the tree. And I got a vision in my meditation that I was doing right before this of a snake kind of curling around and climbing upwards. So it's interesting that that's coming through now. Can you tell me more? What can you tell me, Spirit, about the present and the Lover's card? The Queen of Wands. The thing that I'm most drawn to in this card is the sunflower that she's holding in her left hand, and it's making me feel like the sun is coming out, I guess. With the lovers, it shows two people in the card, but I feel like this is about more than just two people. I feel like this is a coming together of humanity, a coming together of people who are seemingly on opposing sides, who in the past may have disagreed or been in conflict, but there seems to be this current moment opportunity for people to set aside their differences. And this is aside from what I said before about authority figures, but this is for all of the regular people. There seems to be this defining moment of coming together with one another. And I'm hearing that that's really the only path forward. That's the only option for us at this point in time, is the coming together of all people. That is the way through this difficult time. That is the only answer. And it may sound corny or cliche, but literally the only answer is love, is the kindness and love that you show to one another, is for regular people to come together, to ignore the negativity that is constantly being given to us as a means to create fear, as a means to create division. And it's like if being the bigger person, and I know sometimes that can be hard, being the bigger person, but it's like if being the bigger person ever had a more important moment, like this is the moment in time in life, this point in time, to be the bigger person in every situation you can think of. I don't know, you're at the grocery store and someone bumps into you and you're having a bad day and your instinct is to scoff. Let it go. Let it go. I think that might be a silly example, but in the grand scheme of things, the little annoyances, disturbances that we have in life, the little reasons that we get irritated and annoyed with one another, none of that matters. There are so many more bigger things going on in the world, and it is time now for everyone to choose to be the bigger person, to walk in love and kindness for their fellow human. That's interesting, that example, because I was actually at the grocery store yesterday, and I don't know why I almost feel emotional thinking about this, but I was at the grocery store yesterday and I was in the produce section, and they had like the bags that you use to get your produce, but it was hanging up, above where the lettuce and greens and things are. And right as I kind of took a step to my left to reach up, a woman kind of came up from behind me to reach for something that was somewhat in front of me. So as I reached up, I felt like I was kind of sticking my elbow in her face accidentally, and I said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry." And she said, "Don't even worry about that." And I don't know why, but it affected me in the moment. Just the kindness in her voice, the way she didn't even care. I felt rude that I was sticking my elbow in her face, and I apologized, and she could not have cared less. And I don't know how to explain it, but in the moment it touched me, just the kindness of a stranger. And I've had so many moments like that with just strangers being kind to one another, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that other people are seeing too, that there are so many bigger things going on, that it's like, let's all just be nice to each other. Let's all just be patient with one another, because everybody, most people are going through it right now. Some more so than others, but some people are really going through it. And one of the ways that's affecting the majority of people, most average people, is financial struggles right now. And it can feel like the whole world is against everyone. And it's time for everyone to be the bigger person, to be kind and understanding to strangers. And you know what? Go out of your way if you can to help a stranger. You see someone in public who needs help with something, help them. It costs nothing, it takes nothing from you. And I promise every act of kindness makes a difference. And it will make you feel good. And it will come back to you as well. But that's not why you should do it. You should just do it out of the kindness of your heart. But I guarantee it will come back to you. And this is the moment that we're in right now. This is the answer. The Magician. Oh wow, that's crazy. So over the head of the Magician is the infinity symbol, and also when I was meditating right before this, I saw an infinity symbol. That's weird. This really hasn't happened to me before. So it's freaking me out a little bit that two of the cards that I'm seeing, I saw these images in meditation. But Anyway, oh wow. Also, he's raising his arm up in the air. He's holding, I don't know, to me it looks like a candle or a stick of some sort in this card, but he's raising his one arm up in the air. That's also something that I saw in meditation. Was like people raising their arms up in the air. That is crazy. Sorry, you're like hearing in real time my own shock at this kind of synchronicity. But the magician can create miracles from nothing. The magician has all of the tools in the toolbox. He has the sword, he has the staff, he has the cup, he has the pentacle. He has all of the tools. And he is able to create miracles out of nothing. I'm getting like this is the time of miracles. And that may sound crazy, but this is the time of the ability for people to take their power back and change things. The ability of people to ignore what's going on, to work together for a more positive future. And it's like, maybe we can't see right now what that is. Maybe we can't fully fathom what that looks like, because it just kind of seems and feels like everything is just slowly declining and going downhill. But the magician says miracles are possible. The magician says you have the power to create something out of nothing, and you do it through love. You do it through working together, through partnership with others. You do it by making a change, one decision, one person at a time. And if the collective comes together, in this, miracles are surely possible. And the infinity symbol, what is possible is infinite. It is infinite. Faith has never been more important. Faith is important all the time, but it has never been more important than now. Faith in the divine, faith in one another, faith in yourself, probably above all else. These are the things that lead to positive change and, frankly, to miracles. It is important to believe that miracles are possible. Spirit, what other messages do you have? The Queen of Swords. Oh my God. There's a butterfly in this, and I also saw a vision of a butterfly in my meditation. What a wild day. Spirit, what's the message with the Queen of Swords? The Queen of Swords makes me think of like ruling with an iron fist. And I kind of feel like the message is there will always be a Queen of Swords person. Someone who lives for conflict, who rules through control and negativity, and just for the desire of power, for the need to be on top. And there will always be a Queen of Swords in our lifetime, whoever that may be. That doesn't mean we have to let it affect us. That doesn't mean we have to live our lives day to day, letting the people in power impact us. We can choose to live our lives in harmony, in peace, to cultivate the light within us, to find joy every day, to spend time with family and friends, to have hobbies that we love, to spend our time the way that we would like, to have a connection with spirit. The Queen of Swords will always exist, but it doesn't have to run your day-to-day life. Some of us need to stop with the social media, probably myself included. Not that you have to get rid of it entirely, but the scrolling, the algorithm is there to suck you in and to create fear and a reaction, an emotional reaction. You are giving too much of your time, attention, energy, your valuable energy to things on social media that you have no ability to affect. And the way in which the algorithm is set up to continue giving you more of what you're paying attention to. So if you're watching videos of horrible things going on in the world and you're continuing to stay engaged with those images or videos, and you're continuing to spend more time scrolling when you're seeing those things, the algorithm is going to give you more of those things. You need to limit your time scrolling on social media. You need to spend more time being present, paying attention to the connections and the people in your life, spending time in nature. The time that we spend on social media is taking us out of the present moment. And again, it's giving up your valuable energy. And the most important, highest currency that exists is your energy. That's what they don't tell you. That's what they don't want you to know. You think currency comes in the form of money and material things, right? But that's not it. The highest currency, and the people in power know this, the highest currency that exists is your energy, and your attention is your energy. Anything, what do they say? Where your attention goes, energy flows. Is that what the saying is? Something like that. Your attention is your energy. So the more attention you put on all of these things, the more they grow. You need to starve the negative things of your attention. Put your energy and your attention on what it is that you want to build, what it is that you want to grow, what it is that you want to foster. That means your projects, the things that you love, the people that you love, what brings you joy in return. Anything that you do that serves others also. Service to self and service to others, I'm hearing. Your energy is the highest currency. Remember that. Think about that. And I know it's easier said than done. I'm even thinking to myself that I need to work on this. And it's not easy because it is so easy to pick up your phone and mindlessly scroll after a long day when you've spent all day working and your brain is fried or you're exhausted. It's easy to sit down and it feels like you're unwinding. But what we don't see is energetically what it's doing to us. It's numbing us in a sense. It's the same as if you were at the end of a day taking drugs to get over, to let go of your day. It's really no different. It's not productive. It's not truly releasing or transmuting the negative energy that you have from the day that you're trying to let go of. All it's doing is putting what little energy you have left toward the negativity, toward the people who are creating the negativity in the world. They're harvesting the energy for themselves, and they know that. It is going to be really important now and in the future to think about this. The devil card's on the bottom of the deck, which I'm taking as confirmation of the things that I just said. There are people chained in the card, and that's, if we continue doing what we're doing, all of the things that I just said, you remain chained. You're giving your power away, you're giving your energy away. It's a time now to take your power back, to take your energy back, to take your attention back. And you control where those things go. You control what you give them to. It is critical now more than ever to think every day about what you are putting your energy toward. Back to the Magician card. The Magician can only create miracles if it remains focused on where it wants to go. If the Magician remained focused on all of the things he didn't like, all of the things that created fear within him, that scared him, that worried him, he wouldn't be able to create miracles. But he puts his energy, his time, his focus, his attention towards the tools in his toolkit and what he wants to build, what he wants to grow. And from that, miracles are created. The Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. I'm just drawn to the fact that in the Five of Swords, there are two men who've dropped their swords and they're walking away, and one man smiling, who has 3 swords in hand. When you starve others of your energy, when you starve negativity of your energy, it has no choice but to lay down its sword and walk away. Things only prosper when attention is given to those things. If no one's watching, if no one's paying attention to something, it just naturally goes away. And it seems like with everything going on in the world, I don't know, it seems like is that a silly, too easy solution? But somehow I don't think it is. Because again, maybe we don't know. We don't know what the future looks like. We don't know what is possible. But faith, again, I'm reminded that faith is the most important thing. So maybe it is possible that many of these things going on in the world will just end if people come together in kindness, in love, if people have faith, if people stop giving their energy and attention to all the negative things. That's how we create heaven on earth. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Heaven is not some place in the clouds that you wait until you die to go to. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You and we have the power to create heaven on earth now, right now. It's all about perspective. It's all about attention. Change your perspective and you change your whole world. That's powerful. The kingdom of heaven is within you. So it's up to us now to create heaven within each of us and therefore heaven on earth. And that is the answer. I think that's all I have for today. Wow, that was extremely powerful. Wishing you love and blessings. Until next time.